Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another episode of the Backyard Sportscenter podcast. Today it is just me and Wizard. rBBL Season 11 is underway. Week 1 is in the books, and we are here to talk about it. So, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good, Nate. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here and just ready to get into talking about some Week 1 action.
Yep. So far, let's start with the 2001 league. It's actually kind of nice. Everything on the spreadsheet's a little bit easier to, as far as you don't have to do any scrolling. It's right, nice and orderly. So the spreadsheet wizards have done a great job this season.
Yeah, is it Anju we have to thank for the new graphic there? Is that right?
I think it was on Anju. I believe so.
Yeah, that's it. It's very easy to consume. Big fan, scores right there. So very well done.
So I guess we'll just go top to bottom for Week 1, and then go into more detail if we feel like it, or it seems like it was a good matchup or something.
Sounds good.
So the first one we got was the Phillies, which was who was the Phillies? Is that Vizzery? Yeah, Vizzery going against the Astros.
I'm looking.
Wait, is this? That's 03. Mm-hmm. I said 01 and I had 03 pulled up.
It's all right.
Look at me. So okay, the first one was match of the week actually. So back on schedule. It was my Braves versus Question Monkeys Pirates. 112-1. Sounds like, based on what I wasn't actually watching, but I could hear the commentary that Alex did, which was he always does an amazing job. So shout out to him for everything that he's been doing. And then he just is in the process of editing next week's match of the week, so I'm excited to see how those turn out.
Yeah, we got the double simul stream match of the weeks this week, and then we'll get kind of a more traditional version coming up. And I agree, Alex always does a good job on those match of the weeks, and we always appreciate him for that.
So this one, I hit some homers. Maya hit a nice line drive shot down the line. I got some aluminum power bats, which helped for Jomar. Mm-hmm. So whenever you get those aluminum power bats that you can use, it's always really nice. And then I think I know I hit like 3 or 4 home runs, but it was more just like solid hits, but it wasn't anything like that was like totally amazing. But was enough to get the W, and AI Jerry is him that held the Pirates down.
Yeah. Well, and we all, Jerry has had his arrival, and, Nate, when you built this team, did you build them? Is this a defensive minded build, or is this more of an all around build, or a balanced build rather?
I would say this is more of a balanced build.
So, it's encouraging to only allow that one run, when you don't even necessarily put together a team that's built defensively. So that's an encouraging sign.
A lot of really good arms, especially on the key spots, because you got like Maya at third base, Lupul catcher, K at short. So you have a lot of really good arms there. So I think that depending on where you hit, that could be really annoying potentially. So I think that's kind of was the plan, is that kind of Ace had in mind.
For sure. GMAs.
And just have to execute, and we executed well enough to get the W in this one.
That's it. Second game, we had Freak Show's Astros traveling to Cello's Monsters and playing this game at Sandy Flats. Nope. Playing this game at Parks Department number 2, it looks like. Looking at that tiny picture, and as a Parks Department game goes, this was a huge, high-scoring affair. Cello, obviously going with a bit less defense this year, but Freak Show just continues to roll, defending his title. Astros start the year off with a huge win, 22 run output, and sneak by the Monsters, who put up a very respectable 18.
So it looks like Cello can put up some runs with this team. So
I wonder if he's having more fun.
I would think so.
Offense is fun.
That would be my guess.
Even when you're in the moment, so fun, and then you lose and it sucks. But it's like, hey, at least the journey was fun.
Yep, that's for sure. So even though that's a really good output for Cello, so
promising.
Maybe might be a little bit better than what people were expecting. I'll just wait and see. Next up, we got the Wombats and your Wombats and the Blue Jays of Schlim. This was a low-scoring Sandy affair. I don't remember too much about your game, but why don't you talk about if you remember anything details about that one?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's a Sandy game, and this team does not play at Sandy. Dirt Yards is the Wombats' home field, but Schlim's home field is Sandy, and it makes me maybe regret my decision to send my Rangers there in 2003. But Sandy's just so tough, and we left a lot of people on base, but a Maryland McDonald 3-run homer over the log was the difference in this one. So I'm not going to expect that every week, but we don't have a lot of power bats on this team. But my team's not built for Sandy, and we were lucky to come away with the win here.
Yeah, Slim just had one of those bad games. I hope he doesn't get too down about it because he's a good player. He just has he's always been trying to search for that consistency because sometimes they'll have a really good stretch and then he'll be like, how do I beat this team? Other times that he'll put up these head scratcher games and it's just kind of okay, what happened?
Hey, I'm telling you, you heard it here first. That Wombats D is going to be something nasty. So I'm hoping that keeps us in a lot of games.
Guess what? To see how the rest of the season turns out for your defense.
That's it. Next, we had Toast Rockies. So not a Martian Man team this year. Toast Rockies traveling to TCA to take on the Bombers of SB. So SB playing in both leagues here, and not Tin Can Alley. Jesus, I'm looking at the wrong. They're at Ekman. Excuse me. So SB drafts another Ekman team, and
is that Steel? I think that's Steel.
Thank you, Nate. It's Steel. I can't see. Toast takes this one 7-1, and again, I mentioned I haven't had the opportunity to watch a ton of games early in the season, but SB back at Steel this year, and I think drafted a little more Steel oriented this year, but struggles to put up runs, and 7's plenty to do it there for Toast, starting off 1-0.
I guess, and one thing as far as for SB, if you're holding a team to 7 at Steel, your defense did its job. So that's a positive to take away from that one.
I agree.
Next game, we had the Evil Rays of Andrew putting up a plus 18 at TCA. That's I don't remember too much, but I think that might be one of his better games or his high score from all of last season. So really good job for Andrew at that one. Schwilly has welcome to the rBBL game. Only putting up a plus 3.
What did he say? He said something after this game that was like, how do you guys have fun doing this or something like that? It's like, yeah, it's a little different. It's less control. Like, you have less control over the outcome. I think that's what's frustrating about it.
It's totally different, though, than online.
I like it more. I like online, but this is maybe it's just because I'm biased because I got here first. But I love the rBBL. There's more nuance to it, in my opinion.
That is for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of variety in that you can go with for rBBL. I think like online, anything with PvP has more of like it like has to be competitive feel to it. Versus rBBL still has like there's people that like are like the super tryhards, but then you have like the fun meme teams, and there's so much variety and variance between it. Offensive teams, defensive teams, and you could win with any style.
Yeah. And memes can win too. We've seen it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, good win for the Rays there to start off the season. Our next matchup was Loba's Marlins traveling to Sandy to take on the Fishes of Not Chris. Matitude is he took the Fishes out to San Diego and the beach this year. And Loba wins this one in a real tight matchup, 5-4 on the road. So this is a battle of the BBOLers. And good first win. Loba's a division mate of mine, but 5-4, that's a pretty, standard Sandy score, and looks like well fought on both sides.
Next up, we have the Red Sox going against the Giants. -1 for the Red Sox, and Visery. I don't really know what happened, but Visery not having a bad luck game right there. Going against Hines' Giants, putting up a +9 at TCA. Probably not going to win too many games, only scoring single digits at TCA, but got lucky that Visery had a pain game, and Giants get a win, 1-0 to start the season.
Yeah, big time win there for Hines. Any win against Vis is big. I don't know if this is I don't know when they played this game and if they had already started looking into the turnaround bug. I don't know, but if that was the case, maybe they were a little preoccupied. But nonetheless, good win for Hines there. On top of that one, we had the Royals of P. Sanchez taking on Bobby's Angels at Parks, and in very Parks-like fashion, PS puts up a monster 32 fresh out of retirement, and just reminds everybody that he means business. He's a proven player. Bobby puts up a real solid 10 score, and Bobby's going to be fine. Bobby's a solid player as well, but PS comes out, makes a statement in week 1 with a huge 32-10 win over Bobby's Angels.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how P. Sanchez does, especially since he's been gone for so long, but looks like he still got it. Yeah, and then next up we have Personizzle going with his Reds again, the Green Reds. And just continuing from what he did last season, putting up a +23 against the Hornets. And the Hornets are
HC.
So HC putting up a +11 is a solid score for your first rBBL game, but Personizzle proved last season that he's a really good rBBL style player, so more the same from him so far this season.
Next, we have BBOL Junior League champion Lil Waz's Expos traveling to Playground to take on Martian Man's Athletics. Got a new rendition of the Philadelphia Athletics from Martian Man this year since his Rockies were taken by Toast. Lil Waz just takes care of business here with a real solid 8. Beats Martian Man 8-0 on the road at Playground.
No, I don't know that must have been I wonder if that was an extra inning or
just a legit 0. Well, I guess how would that? I guess a forfeit. Did he play his game?
Guess I have to look at the old rBBL channel results.
It would have to be a forfeit or an extra innings game to be a 0, right?
Yeah. So let's see. It must have been an extra inning game, but I don't know. It should have been a -1 based off of the score. It was 6-5, lost to the AI.
That's tough, putting up 5 runs and giving up that many.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I know I think he records it. I haven't watched the recording at all, but that is rough. But at least he's putting up some runs this season, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, it is. 5 is solid, and at playground, I mean, not like it's a field that's built for offense. I mean, it's a pretty balanced field, so good to see that from Martian. Hope to see some more good outputs from him.
And next up, we got the White Sox, which I believe was that Willigan? Yep, Willigan going against the Orioles, and that is Mav. Mav is back again. Wins a nail biter 6-5. Mav is back. Mav is winning. We want to see Mav in the playoffs.
We love seeing Mav back. Win for Mav. Welcome back, Mav. Last of the week 1 matchups, we had Big Boss Eights and his Blue Brewers traveling to, looks like, Steel to take on the mighty Melonheads of Halo. Is that right, Nate?
Yep.
And, I know that there were some jokes and memes about the mighty Melonheads putting up 1 run. But first league game, like that is nothing to worry about. They released a statement. I didn't read the statement real in depth, but I have loved the addition of some of that media, and the press releases are hilarious. But Eights gets a good first week win, and even though it's against a rookie, it's always good to get that first one under your belt.
Yeah, for sure. Now I always like to see the Brewers get a win, even if it's not my team.
yeah. It still feels good. You get the same chemical, right?
Yep.
The same dopamine. Brewers win.
Yeah, so that does it for the week 1 results. Probably not too much as far as the standings to really take out much from the first week. Was there any of the results that really stood out to you as far as, okay, this wasn't expecting this one or whatever?
I don't know about that. I mean, I think Anju is probably that's my big, when I say surprise, like that's, pleasantly surprised with him putting up an 18. Freak Show and Person Izzle both continue to roll, both putting up plus 20s, and then just the return, Mav getting his win, but 6-5, and then the return of P. Sanchez with 32, and he's high man on the week. So I would say those would kind of be my 4: is P. Sanchez out of retirement, high man. You got 2 World Series coaches putting up plus 20s, kind of just business as usual, and then Anju with a big time 18, and it's a TCA, but still 18 that's a feel good score for week 1.
Yes, I agree. Let's move on to some of the games from week 2 that are not completed yet. So, got Anju going at Cement Gardens to face Toast. Now, it's not going to have the short walls like TCA would, but it's still cement. Do you think the Delta Rays are going to have success?
Without having looked at his team, I don't know if he built it just as a concrete team or if he built it as a TCA specific team. And so I think that if they run fine, they'll be okay. But some of those balls that hit the wall, if Toast has a fast left fielder, those balls may be caught. And so I think it's going to depend if he can get some of those balls dropping.
Yeah, and Toast had a decent game at Steel, so we'll see how he does in his home field.
Mm-hmm.
Well, got to see what cocktail he comes up with as well.
Mm-hmm. That'll be Evil Ray should be a really good one.
Sure, you could come up with some crazy concoction. I think I'd pick Toast to win this one, but that would be just based off of more track record than the actual teams.
Yeah. Sometimes it comes down to kind of pedigree and background, but I always love to see a Toast win. So we got Schlim going to TCA, so getting out of the sand, taking on Freak Show. This is Freak Show on his home field. Freak Show's got a lot of bats that can hit the wall, and I know he's not as stoked on his defense as he was last year, but I still think it's a pretty solid team, and hopefully Schlim finds some more offense here at TCA than he did at Sandy last week.
I think Schlim will have more offense, but I don't think it'll be enough. I think Freak Show takes this one.
Yeah. Freak Show proven.
Yep, that is for sure. Next up, we got match of the week. Fishes at the Cardinals. Matt versus the Philly battle of online players. Fishes going back to Steel Stadium. Matt, you did pretty well at Steel last season. Cardinals not doing best in their first game, so this one's kind of might be a little tricky one. So far, based off of the predictor, it's slightly to Schwilly's favor, but it's still pretty close.
I think this one could go either way. Both proven BBOL players, and obviously Matt kind of caught his stride last year towards the end of rBBL. I think it's just an adjustment. I mean, going from rBBL to BBOL and seeing some of the guys over there that are proven BBOL players, Hines being another one, who Hines came in last season for, I think it was originally Benjamin's team, but Hines kind of struggled to adjust to the rBBL. So, I think Matt has 1 year of experience, 1 season of experience, and so I might lean that way, but I have no doubt that Schwilly's going to catch stride at some point this season. I just don't know when.
Yeah, if this was at Sandy, I think I might have a different pick, but I'm going Fishes in this one. Griffey's going to hit like 3 home runs.
And
that's what's gonna put the Fishes on. The Fishes are going to be swimming in the pool.
That's it. Hopefully they don't die. Hopefully it's salt water. Next we got my matchup, and I get to play my first game at home this week. I'm hosting Question Monkeys Pirates. Really curious to see how my defense holds up. Obviously, I built this team almost entirely with defense in mind. And so hopeful that we pull it out with the team that we built for this field.
So the next game that hasn't been done is my game against Cello. Cello put up a really good score, so I think this could go either way. So this is first game at Park, so we'll see if I can get some more homers and nice bounces, and we'll see what happens. I can see this going either way, but I'm taking you and Crazy's recommendation and picking myself and trying to boost that confidence.
Good for you. Good for you. Always bet on yourself. I'm not predicting this year. I don't know why. I just decided not to, but always bet on yourself. Next, we got the mightiest Melonheads taking on the White Sox, and this is going to be a game where we see an rBBL coach get their first win in the rBBL, whether it be Willigan or Halo. We'll have a first-time winner in this game. So just because I know Willigan through our BBOL, my vote would be for him to win this game. But, again, there's a little bit of that adjustment period with rBBL. So I think, maybe not, but that would be my pick.
Yeah, I think I would go slightly towards Willigan, but wouldn't be surprised. It's kind of a coin flip at this point, as far as, and it's at dirt yards too, so that's also adds another layer of The Angels going against Personizel and the Reds. This, I think, should be a really good game. I don't know really who's going to win this one. I think I'd maybe give the slight edge to Personizel based on how well he did in his week 1 game, but I could see this going either way. Slight edge to Personizel in this one.
And yeah, it's a team that he probably built for his home field, so we'll see if that pays off. And then the last unplayed game is Martian Man's Athletics going to Steel to face Eights Brewers. I'm taking Eights in this one. Again, 5 strong, good output from Martian, but until we start seeing more consistent scores, like I'm going to go with Eights, who we know can put up some runs.
Yep, and this is more of his offense team, so I definitely think at Steel that Krejci's going to win this one.
Mm-hmm.
And that does it for the 2001 leagues for week 1. And looking ahead at the other games for week 2. Moving on to the 2003 league. And the first game that I accidentally had this tab already pulled up was the Phillies and the Astros. This one was Bizzery versus Bobby. Bobby putting a plus 28. That is a statement right there, especially against a really good player in Bizzery. So we'll see how if this continues for the rest of the season, but plus 28 is really fantastic score. I don't care what field you're playing at.
Absolutely. Yep. Couldn't agree more. This on the wrong end of 2 games in week 1, but get them out of the way early and start to roll after that. But I agree. Big statement went from Bobby here in week 1 at home. Next, we have Alex's Royals hosting the Little Hornets of P. Sanchez. P. Sanchez got wasted all his runs in his 0-1 league. I think he actually played the 0-3 game first, if I remember correctly, because he said he kind of raged in the 0-1 game. But anyways, Alex at Dubois takes a 6-1 win here over a strong opponent in PS, and that'll be the only time he sees him this year. So maybe it was good to get him out of the way early in the season. So big time win for Alex and the Monarchs.
And Markey had a homer in that one. I do remember seeing the clip of that.
Boosted Markey, man. He's a menace.
Yeah, I believe Markey is 2 home runs so far on the season through 2 games. I did see that.
Keep rolling.
I wonder what the most homers Markey's ever had in the season now.
I can't imagine it's more than 5. Well, unless he was around 9 power up, like in the last few seasons, maybe.
Oh yeah, that might be it. So that maybe we'll see the record for most homers for Markey in the season.
Let's do it.
And next up we got the Monsters of Uria going against Chris and the Fishes. Fish putting up plus 19 in this one. It's a really good game from Chris. I think Uria is still trying to figure out his team. I think he'll be fine in the future, but sometimes it takes a couple weeks to get used to your team, even if you are a seasoned veteran like Uria is.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. Big time win from Chris there, though. Go Fish. We all love the Fish.
And I can't believe I didn't see this when you were doing the preview, so I got to mention it now. I can't believe I'm ashamed of myself for missing this, but I am fully on board Team Fishbowl for the World Series in 03. That is what I want to see.
Wait a second. So who would the second person be?
The Fishbowl is Chris versus JY.
Oh yeah. Okay, that'd be good to see. I could see that happening too, honestly. I think that's
especially with what we just saw.
Yeah, all right.
Especially just that's what we just saw. Yeah. If that keeps that happening,
yeah,
definitely is a possibility.
All we'll say is JY's the only person that won in his division week 1, and there's a good chance he wins his week 2 game. Good chance.
Yeah.
Next, we have the CRK's Bombers and their inaugural full season, or his full inaugural management season, hosting the Padres of Shrews. Shrews fresh off a playoff season in season 10. But the CRK comes out hard with a strong 13 at home, and Shrews just couldn't get anything going. CRK takes this one 13 win to get his first win. He's 1-0. Well, was 1-0, and good win there from a rookie.
Yeah, I believe I saw that Shrews was a little bit under the weather in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to play your best when you're not feeling the best. So hopefully he is feeling better now, and that will lead to some better games.
No doubt.
And next up, we got the Twins of Toast going against the Melonheads, which is Silver Bullet in 03. Toast putting up a +7. So not the crazy scores that Toast can put up, but it was enough to win in this one. And I believe Xenon hit some home runs in this one.
Mm-hmm. Couple, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. 2 real similar Toast wins in 01 and 03 to start his season. Next, we got Lil Waz, and Lil Waz rocking double Expos this year, but Lil Waz comes out of the gate in 03 strong with 18 at Ekman. Kind of a beatdown of Dr. Eggman's Cardinals there, with a 0 score. Looks like maybe extras for Eggman. Yeah. So anyways, Lil Waz hard out the gate. Scott, don't be discouraged. It's week 1. We'll see improvement. Reach out to your veterans, ask for advice, and just remember to have fun.
Next up, we have Itanium and his Giants going to Sandy to face Andrew and his Angels. Giants not putting up their typical 1,000 runs that they score, but Sandy held them down. Another low score for Itanium in his first week, and also getting lucky with his AI having getting a bunch of power ups against his opponent. I think that's what happened on the Angels side, is that they just got power up to death.
That'll do it. What would like a real life aluminum power bat like in like regular life be like a scratch off $3,000 win or something? Is that like an aluminum power bat, you think?
What do you mean? You mean like an IRL power up?
Like if an IRL aluminum power bat, like what would that look like? Not like in the sport sense, but just in life. It's got to be money. It's got to be some money, right?
Paid vacation for a month to some like tropical island.
How are we getting that though? That is truly an aluminum power bat.
Or some kind of like paid.
Oh, like you won a sweepstake, sweepstakes or something. You filled out a survey at the Taco Bell receipt, and they gave you this. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Right. Yeah. Hey, if you're listening, if you hear this episode, send them into the comments or whatever. Post. Let us know what you think an IRL aluminum power bat is.
All I know is whatever it is, I want it.
Yeah. Same. I'll take a damn Screaming Line Drive at this point. Next, we have your Brewers traveling to Parks to take on the Wombats. I think this is really the first time we've seen the Wombats since season 7, which was my last super season. But Marco goes full offense. His first time, I think, since season 5. And was putting up some really good scores in scrims, and 14 is real respectable, but you kind of beat the brakes off that defense and rode them until the wheels fell off, to use another wheel or car reference. and a big time win from your Brewers 40-14. I know that feels good out of the gate.
Oh yeah, it definitely felt really good. That defense is not the greatest. You got Betty on the mound. They're like one like really good, or not great, but like plus defender. Well, actually, they have like 2 plus defenders. Nikki at catcher, and they have Xena at shortstop. Xena came in to pitch first, and once that happened, it was like, okay, this is gonna unravel real quick.
Yeah, Betty shortstop is like worst case scenario. But and he drafted this team knowing the defense was bad. Like there was no pretend I'm gonna make this defense work. So,
but then hit lots of home runs. Peggy had 3. Won batter of the week, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. Perry 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. I can't believe Perry hit 4 home runs in one game. That I was not expecting it. I mean,
he needs to retire.
Yeah, that's the pinnacle of Perry right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have been happy if Perry had 4 home runs through 4 games.
Yeah, all season.
No, I would not have been happy if all season. I would have been disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Got to have double digits.
That's all you draft him for. So better hit more than 4.
Yeah. Going for his season record, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was my career best game. So it feels really good to put up that amount.
Yeah, good momentum to build on for sure.
Yeah, next up we had Match of the Week, which was your Rangers going against the Ducks. Now, where's the trusty soundboard when I need it? There we go.
Perfect. Music to my ears.
So now, first of all, from 03 Wizard. Tough one, losing on the multiplier must sting a little bit.
Yeah, it did. And honestly, like we didn't miss a lot of opportunities. There was like a couple things I think in the 5th and 6th, like we had a few power-ups, and so did Jibbo, obviously, but I can't remember who I had up. I think it was Trent. It was Trent Sizemore. I had runner on third, and basically just needed 1 run. And Trent Sizemore hit a line drive to Hellerman, who was playing first base, and standing like 5 feet from home plate, and just ate it up. And that ended the game. So I had who hits third for that team? I had Debbie coming up next, and so with speed on base, you like your odds with Debbie. But anyways, tough loss week 1 for sure. I'm not super high on this Rangers team, even though we're defending a title. But 01 Wizard is stoked to be a part of the Ducks coaching staff, and glad we got to win week 1.
So now, 01 Wizard, how do you feel about the Ducks win?
Yes, I'm very glad. It was a good team victory. We had a game plan that unfortunately I wasn't a part of because I was shoved to the background of our body by 03 Wizard to play his version of this game. But all the coaches, they had a role, they had a game plan, they executed it, and there were some holes, and we're going to go back to the drawing board as a flock and see what we need to do to make the adjustments. All right, enough of the multiple personality disorder segment of the pod. So our next game is Pepsi's D-backs traveling to take on Mike's Blue Jays. And Pepsi, man, just young, vibrant energy, just continues to be a nice, prospective backyard baseball player for us, playing a game that was he wasn't even born when it came out. So we love to see it, but strong 16 here at TCA. Mike only musters 1 run, with a team he drafted more for offense this year. So tough for Mike, especially at TCA, but not surprised with the win from Pepsi here. We know he's a proven player.
Now, I think what Mike needs to do is just have his score be how many strikeouts he has.
I mean, somebody made a really good point, though, about Planky. Like, yes, 100 stamina, but like unlimited stamina, but not a good power-up pitcher, which was kind of where, Mike was a very frequent power-up pitch user last year, and so that might limit his overall effectiveness. You don't want to give up any hits on those.
That is true. Something to pay attention to as the season goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have the Indians and Crazy Eights going against the Yankees and Zyre Box. Crazy put in plus 27. That is a crazy-like performance, even though his team doesn't have much offense, according to him. But he has a Cheryl, and you know what Crazy Eights can do with the Sosas.
Yeah, Cheryl with eights on, I believe the Indians is that the single season home run record?
Well, I guess it depends on who you ask.
Jay Green, season 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor Jay, man. Like, he didn't know that he was getting juiced. They were just putting it in his protein powder. He didn't know he was getting juiced.
They're putting it in the 100, a little bit something extra in the 110% juice boxes.
Right. He literally did not know. He didn't even lie. He passed the polygraph test. But yeah,
they gave him special orange slices or something.
Yeah, exactly. But eights in the arms takes care of business here with a really resounding 27. Last week 1 game in 03, we had the Mariners of, I was just looking at it, JY's Mariners taking on Cherry's Rays. JY with a big time 21. Yeah, it's at dirt, but big time 21 from JY. And he sits atop his division, the only one to get a win in week 1. Cherry, week 1, 5 runs. It's more than I scored in my first game. I won my first game like 3-2, I think. So build on that 5 and keep it rolling. But that's a big time 21 from JY in week 1.
Yep, and that does it for the results from week 1. Moving on to, there's some of the games are already done, and for week 2, with the games that are not yet, we got Fishes and Hornets. This should be a really good one. I'm looking forward to this matchup, especially if see if P. Sanchez can bounce back in this one.
Mm-hmm. Next, you got Dr. Eggman going to Parks to take on Toast. I got Toast in this one. Till we see Scott starting to put up some more consistent scores, and we know Toast. Toast is a consistent player. Maybe not always on the real high end, but we know Toast's floor is pretty solid. So taking Toast in this one at home.
Yeah, for sure. Taking Toast in that one as well. Next, we got Bobby's Astros going against Uria's Monsters. This should be another good one as well at Dirt Yards. We'll see if Uria can bounce back, but hard to go against Bobby when he put up plus 28 there. So got a slight edge to Bobby in this one.
Next, you got Zior Box's Yankees at Pepsi's D-backs at, I can't tell if that's Paveway. I think is that Paveway? No, that's Gardens. Well, I can't really tell. Bad eyes. But I'm taking Pepsi in this one. Again, until, you see Zior Box start to put up maybe some more consistent scores. Pepsi a proven player. I'm taking Pepsi in this one.
Yep. Next, we got your game against the Angels at Sandy. It's the battle of the Sandy teams.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get to see probably another low-scoring affair, but give the slight edge to you. Think you have more experience at slower fields.
Lord knows.
Casa the Wiz.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah. So, well, we're hoping to get off the schneid after that tough week 1 loss, but yeah, Battle of the Sandy. And then we have JY's Mariners. They're hosting Mike's Blue Jays. And I'm going to take JY in this one.
Yep, I'm definitely going to take JY as well.
And it's no shot at you, Mike.
How many strikeouts this week for Mike?
I think he had 9 or 10 last week. I just looked at the leaderboards before we started recording, or glanced over them. I'm gonna say 10. I think 10's safe. But if he doesn't start picking up, I mean, dude, he was putting up monster weeks with Hellerman last year, like 12s and 13s and 14s, like regularly. I mean, he's not going to be able to afford a lot of 9s. I mean, it'll still get him up there, but. Well, I say that if we do the math, he's still going to be in the 120s if he throws 9 strikeouts every week. But I'm going to say 10 this week. 10 this week.
I'm going to go with 12. 12 is my prediction for that.
He's going to have a week, and that's a good week.
Yeah, and then the last week game of the week is Marco's Wombats against Itanium. So Giants, I think Itanium is gonna do really well in this one. I think Itanium is gonna put up if I put up 40, Itanium's probably putting up 50.
Itanium is just so smart. Like, well, let me not say smart. He's so tactical about how he attacks these things. Like, I just play backyard baseball, man. Like, I just play this game like I'm 8 years old again, and he, I think, is going to take full advantage of this defense, which is basically what he did last year to everyone. And this defense is designed to get taken advantage of. So yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and I try to play like more for like the fun of it, but then eventually like you do have some like tactics and stuff in there, but Itanium takes that to a whole nother level.
Yeah, he does. I mean, with the defensive like changes, and I mean, I never shift. He puts in people like just to make double plays and stuff. Like it's fun to watch for sure. But
yeah, and that does it for week 2 for the game predictions for the games that are still left to be submitted or entered yet. Believe match of the weeks are currently being edited. I do not know. Let's see. I don't know exactly when they will be. I think they're either going to be tomorrow or the weekend. Let's look at possibly a double header. So looking forward to that. If you are interested in commentating for match of the week, please let us know. We can try to put you on the schedule. And it's always a fun time with Match of the Week. It's always a blast to get all the community together and have these showcase games and have a good time with the community and help promote the league.
Yep. Keep growing it the best we can, and it's a great community. So yeah, those are always fun.
But I think that's all the rBBL information that we have for right now. Unless there's anything else that you want to share?
No, yeah, we're gonna hopefully be putting out these weekly recaps with, some general predictions for the next week, and be on the lookout for some BBOL content coming soon. Nate, I don't know if you want to, preview that or not, but yeah, we're looking to.
So yeah, hopefully at some point in the near future we will have the champions for the season 3 Killer Bat for the Humongous League and Lil Waz for the Junior League. So look forward to that. If you're interested in being a guest on the podcast, either DM me or Wizard, and we'll try to put you on the schedule. So I've had a couple people ask, so we'll see how it goes for the rest of the season and how schedules go. So, but if you're interested, let one of us know, and we'll try to put you on.
Yep, absolutely. We'd love to have some people, so holler at us.
But I think that's gonna do it. See you guys later for match of the week, or if not, then hopefully it'll be the BBOL interviews, or possibly the week 2 recap. So whatever it is, see you guys in the Discord or wherever else Backyard Baseball is being played. See you guys later.